Welcome back to the best series on the internet. We have the ESPN Fantasy Team of the Week. This was the highest scoring fantasy team that you could have had last week, week 14 of the NFL. Starting off at your quarterback spot, if you had Josh Allen, he had a fantasy record 51.88 points by a quarterback. This was an insane week for him. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns. And of course, this was the week that I was playing him in fantasy. He has now made his 3rd appearance of the year on this list and is now the ranked 2 quarterback in fantasy. Following up with that, if you had Zach Charbonnet playing as your wide receiver 1, then he would have gotten you 38.3 points. He made light of Kenneth Walker's absence, and maybe this will help him get some more playing time in the future. He has now made his 1st appearance on this list and is the 25th ranked running back in fantasy. At your running back 2 spot, if you had Isaac Guerendo, he has now made his 1st appearance on this list in the 1st week after Christian McCaffrey was ruled out for the season. He had a 26.8 point week, a very good week for the running back, and hopefully he can do it again next week because I will be playing him. At your wide receiver 1 spot, if you had Jamar Chase, he put up a monstrous 45.1 points. The only reason that I stood a chance playing against Josh Allen this week, and he has now made his 4th appearance on this list, being the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy. But he couldn't have done it alone because Puka Nacua, sitting at my wide receiver 2 spot, got 41.8 points. He is now the 27th ranked wide receiver in fantasy with his 2nd appearance on this list, and the only reason he's ranked so low is because he missed a lot of time due to injury. At your tight end spot, you should have had George Kittle. He's got more hair on his beard than he has on the top of his head, but it doesn't stop him from playing football. As you can see, he's made his 2nd appearance on this list and is the 2nd ranked tight end in all of fantasy, making it here today with a 21.1 point week. Then at your flex spot, if you had Jordan Addison, he also had a crazy receiving week, 39.3 fantasy points. I don't know if it's just because the Saints couldn't cover a cough, but he had himself enough to make him his 2nd appearance in 3 weeks on this list. Following that, you should have had the 49ers as your defense because they would have given you another 15 points. Nothing crazy, but still a great week for a defense. And then at your kicker spot, if you had any one of these 3 guys, Michael Wright, Anders Carlson, or Jason Sanders, they would have given you another free 16 points, which is a very good week for a kicker. Jason Sanders is now the 7th ranked kicker in the NFL, and Anders Carlson is making his 2nd appearance on this list. In total, if you had all of these guys on your team, then you would have put up an incredible 295.28 fantasy points. Nearly breaking 300 points is insane in a league where most people this week probably only scored around 130, or in my case, won 176 to 171. It's hard to imagine anyone had this entire team, but did you have any of these guys on your team? Tell me down in the comments below, and be sure to check out some of these other videos on your screen now.